Well, everyone, it's time to talk about another Xbox console, this time the Xbox One S. Now, we've already done a still worth it video in 2021 talking about how it holds up and all this other stuff, but specifically, I honestly do think that the Xbox One S is still such a timeless console in so many different ways. It's better than some other consoles that have just came out, and I've said this before on my Xbox One X and every single Xbox video I've made so far this year. We are still in a transition period. The Xbox One S going to the Series S and Series X, you're really not going to be getting a crazy amount right now. The future of these consoles, obviously the Xbox Series X and S have more of a future than the One S, but still that doesn't mean the One S is a bad console or you can't play any games on or anything like that. Most of the games that are going to be coming out from this point of me making this video up until probably like a year or two from now at least, you are still going to be seeing both games coming out for both consoles. And the fact of the matter is that a majority of these games are going to be made not as a CD version, they're going to be made as a downloadable version. And because of this, you won't have to go ahead and there's no more of these like things where, oh, but this console can't support it because it doesn't support these discs or whatever. Most of these game developers are going to keep supporting both these consoles because a majority of players are still using the Xbox One S and One X. So because of that, these consoles aren't going anywhere. So the game library is still going to be roughly around the same. You're definitely going to be getting higher quality games, better games, and all this stuff on the newer consoles, but the One S still has a lot of capability. Now, with that basic introduction out of the way, one of my favorite things about the Xbox One S was the way it visually looked. I think this is probably the best looking Xbox console of all time. It feels so good in the hand. It's very small and it doesn't take up too much room, and it looks so good. Like, it looks visually like the best console, and rightfully so. It's not like a crazy huge powerful device. It's not like it's more powerful than a One X, but it's not that far off, and it still looks really good. In my opinion, it looks better than the One X, the Series X, and the Series S. I feel like this console looks so beautiful. You still maintain that disk drive, which is so awesome to see on a device like this. With the Series S, we don't have that. Is it a big deal? I mean, it kind of goes both ways. It's a big deal and it's not. It's a big deal because you can't buy any used games and you can't really put it in here. You can only really buy brand new games. But on top of that, having the ability of using both the disk drive for CDs, DVDs, whatever the case is, but also having the ability of doing the dual purpose things. Getting a disk drive but also downloading the games allows you to save more space on your console without having to, go and download only a certain amount of games or buying hard drives and all this stuff. Buying the disc is a much cheaper option for some people out there. So that's another pretty big deal in my opinion. On top of this, on the back, one of my favorite things about the Xbox One S was the ability of having that dual HDMI cable. So you have an HDMI out and you have an HDMI in. Most consoles only have HDMI out, just like the Xbox Series X and S. The reason for this and why it's so cool is because these consoles actually allow you to input another console inside of it and display it from your Xbox to your display. So this actually makes it much easier for you. Let's say you only have one HDMI port. Well, you can actually take advantage of more than one console at one time by plugging it into your Xbox, which is really awesome. So that's something that's taken out now. I don't know why they did that, but it was a really cool feature at that time, which is something I really did like. On top of this, and finally, I guess my final point, the price tag. These things are so cheap now, and it's a no-brainer why somebody wouldn't want to pick this. Like, it's just a no-brainer to pick it up in my opinion. It is a very good console, very solid, has a lot of capability, it's fairly cheap, and I do think for day-to-day tasks, this is one of those consoles that I would highly recommend people to pick up in my opinion if they don't have either one of these, or if you currently own one, I would recommend keeping it. There's no huge reason to go and upgrade as of right now. Maybe wait a year or two, wait until these Series X and S's go down in value, and then pick one up from there. But that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.